welcome to the Drayway. I am so glad you guys are here. We got a lot to talk about today. I got a good show for you, so don't go anywhere. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I know everybody on YouTube whines about that, but it really does make a difference. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000 and I can't do it without you. Anyway, welcome to the Drayway. Big show for you today. Let's go! Hey, welcome to the Drayway. I'm your host, Drayton Nay, and I'm glad you're here because we have the final Biden numbers for January. 143 jobs were added, and yes, unemployment dipped to just 4%. So that is the final report card on President Biden. It's over with. It's done. February, March, April, May, those months coming up, all Donald Trump. All Donald Trump. So from this point on, no more Biden numbers. It's all on Trump. And I can tell you right now, it's going to be a disaster. and I don't say that because that's what I want to happen. It's that his policies are not good for jobs. And his policy of just lowering taxes for the really rich and not helping out the tax situation for everyone else, because everyone else is already finding out. If you haven't figured it out yet, there's a lot of people that have bought a house lately in the last few years. Do you know nearly 70% of them regret it? Nearly 70% that have bought houses in the last 4 years regret it. Yeah. And you want to know why? Well, it's not hard to figure out why. It's really, really expensive to own a house nowadays. Yeah, you got taxes, you got insurance, you got HOA. It's just really, really expensive. And it keeps going higher. It's not like taxes are going down. It's not like HOA fees are going down. It's not like insurance is going down. In many places, in Texas and Florida and Louisiana and California, good luck getting any type of insurance. Good luck. It ain't easy. And now, if you live down in Florida, Florida has determined, you know those asphalt roofs? Yeah. After 10 years, they're not really wind resistant at all. You know, they can just rip right off easily. So we need to stop doing roofs out of asphalt. What? What? We need to stop doing it. What? By the way, 2/3 of every house in Florida is an asphalt roof. So you know what that means. Over the next few years, yeah, get rid of all those roofs. Get rid of all of them. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So people are now finding out that, yeah, this owning a house, this is supposed to be the American dream. For many, it's the American nightmare. It's a nightmare because it's just ridiculously expensive. Not only do you have all the things that I just talked about as far as taxes, HOA, insurance, not only do you have all of that, but AC breaks, it's on you. Cough up the $8,000. Yeah, $8,000. New AC. Oh, you need a new roof? Oh, cough up $10,000. Yeah, you got to get that new roof put on there. Anything that goes wrong. Hot water tank. You know, my buddy just got his hot water tank replaced. And I'm like, how much was it? $1,000? And he's like, $1,000? He goes, Drayton, when was the last time you replaced a hot water tank? And I'm like, it's probably been 20 some years. He goes, try $3,500. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, and that was a deal. Yeah, normally it would have been $4,500. I'm like, are you for a hot water tank? And he's like, yes. I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, all those repairs on you. So yeah, things are getting more and more expensive, and I'm just in total shock that 2/3 of people that have bought houses in the last 3-4 years, 2/3 regret it. And that's why even now I'm telling people, especially if you're in the South, if you're in Texas and Florida and Louisiana, Tennessee, do not buy a house. Do not buy a house. Do not buy a house. Prices are going down. You're only going to lose money. And why would you buy a house right now when it's so expensive? When you have this bubble pricing that just got away from us because interest rates were so low. Those houses aren't worth what they say they're worth unless interest rates are 3%. And interest rates aren't going back to 3%. So that house that you think is worth $500,000, it is when it's at 3%. When interest rates are at 6, 7, that house is a lot more expensive and not worth it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Drayway. I'm glad you're here. We got so much more to talk about. Stay right there. I'm seeing all over the place, Donald Trump did this. Donald Trump did that. Donald Trump hasn't done anything. Donald Trump trying to, let's see, he wanted to change the birthright citizenship. Yeah, judge struck that down. If you haven't noticed yet, everything Donald Trump thinks he can do at the stroke of a pen, the judges have kind of been like, yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't offer buyouts. You can't do this. It's not lawful. And he's being told that by the judges over and over again. And just to make matters worse, he's also lying about Mexico, Canada. Oh, we got them to back down. No, they didn't. They didn't back down on anything. They just called your bluff, and you're being made to look stupid. Yeah, because you were doing all these threats, and they were like, bring it. Bring it. I don't think you understand how important trade with Canada and Mexico really is. So go ahead, Trump, do it. And Trump is the one that didn't pull the trigger. Trump didn't pull the trigger because he knows. He knows if he pulls that trigger, there is going to be pain like you can't even believe. But it didn't stop with his BS about Mexico and Canada, because Mexico and Canada gave him a smack and sent him back home. But same thing with Panama. Oh, Marco Rubio went down there and said, this is this and that is that. Excuse me. And, Panama went, okay, whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever you say, Marco Rubio. But, letting your warships pass for free, that's not a thing. You pay like everybody else. You pay according to our charter. End of story. But that's not the story we heard. Oh, well, our warships, we're protecting everybody. They're going to let us in free. That's what we got in this deal. We told Panama wasn't. Panama's like, no. No, you got no such thing. Well, we'll have discussions with you if you want to sit down and talk about things. But you're not getting any special treatment, pal. So every single thing is just a bald-faced lie. And it's all to distract you from something so basic as every day I go to the grocery store, every day. And every single day since that man has been president, prices keep going higher and higher and higher. The price of eggs right now, $12. They're $1 an egg. $1 an egg. And what has Trump and the administration said about it? Not a word. Not a thing. They're not even talking about it. They're talking about everything else. Oh, we got to save money over at the government here. We got to save money at the government over there. We got to do this. We got to do that. No, what you're doing is you're affecting thousands and thousands of workers, putting them out of work. How does this help America? How does this help Americans? Your focus needs to be on inflation and bringing prices down. That's what you ran on. That's what you said you were going to do day one. And you know what you've done day one? You haven't done diddly squat, but write a bunch of executive orders that don't mean shit. They don't mean a damn thing. So you can write all those pretty little executive orders. They don't mean squat. The next guy coming in is going to just take a big eraser and go, eh. And the courts have already done the same thing. So if it's either the courts or the guy behind you. So what legislation have you passed? Well, you have the House, you have the Senate. What fantastic bills have you passed, Mr. President? Let's name them. Ready, go. No, seriously, nothing? Oh, okay. You've passed nothing. You have passed nothing in the House, nothing in the Senate. Certainly nothing to help with prices. You know, all you're doing is walking around going, we need lower interest rates. Because you have no idea what to do unless interest rates are 2%. Unless interest rates are 2%, you don't know how to run an economy. You don't know what to do. You have no idea how to create jobs. If you did, you would offer some solutions. But your only solution is, can't we just lower interest rates? No. We can't just lower interest rates because we're still suffering from the last time they were 2% or 0%. We're still suffering from that. And we're still paying the piper for that. And we still have the price to pay as time goes on. You know, it created a huge bubble. And the huge bubble, like it or not, is going to break. It's breaking right now in Florida. And if you think Florida's bad now, wait till you see Florida a year from now, 2 years from now. You're not going to recognize it. It's going to be Armageddon. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to give you the facts. I was telling people about Florida over a year ago. And everybody just looked at me. Oh, things are fine in Florida. They're building like crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, where are we today? Where are we today? That's what I thought. But let me know what you think in the comments. We got more to talk about. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. More Dre Way to come. You've heard about the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Yeah. This is another executive order by Donald Trump that is just beyond stupid. And it's beyond stupid because countries that have these sovereign funds, yeah, it's because they have extra money. Okay? The United States doesn't have extra money. In case you don't know this, Mr. President, we operate in a deficit. We borrow money. There are no extra funds, you idiot. I don't want to be mean, but what are we does anybody have a brain? Anybody? How on earth do you create a sovereign fund for surplus monies when you're in the deficit as a nation year after year to the account of trillions of dollars? But you think you're going to create a sovereign wealth fund? You clearly don't understand how that works. No one sat you down and go, Mr. President, this is for surplus monies. We don't have surplus monies because we operate in a deficit every single year. Yeah, we're spending a lot more money than we're taking in. And oh, by the way, you still want to do tax cuts, right? For the really rich. But we kind of need that money, Mr. President, so that we're not, but you don't care. Okay, I understand. And that's how it goes. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that we could really, really use that money from people that have piles of it. I mean, I don't think you realize just how much money these billionaires have. It is so much money. It is just, you can't fathom it. You can't, like I said the other day, if you put, instead of $10 billion behind me, if you put 10 billion donuts and stacked them on top of each other, that would go from right here behind me, that stack would go to the moon. To the moon! That's how many 10 billion donuts is. And that tells you how much 10 billion in cash is. It's a ridiculous amount of money. But we keep pretending like, oh, we can't take any more money from the rich. How do we take any more money from them? It's just, we can't do it. No, but you have to keep taxing the middle class, who has to now think about whether they buy medication or food or pay the rent. Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. So the next time somebody brings up the sovereign wealth fund that Donald Trump decided to do an executive order about, just laugh in their face and say, you clearly don't know what a sovereign wealth fund is and how it works, because countries that have surpluses, yeah, they put the surplus into that sovereign wealth fund. United States doesn't have surpluses. Yeah, because we borrow more money than we get in every single year. And under Trump, it's going to get really, really bad. If you think we have high deficits now, watch what our boy Donald Trump does. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for joining me today on the Drayway. Don't forget, there's a new Drayway each and every day. So stop by and make it a thing that you do every day. Stop by and see me at the show here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to see me tomorrow right here on the Drayway. We'll see you later.